that. All right, I'm just figuring out how I want to be. I don't want to be like that. There we go. Thanks, Tina. I thought I did a pretty cool job making like a cool late night thumbnail for walking around the neighborhood. Man, I really feel I haven't gotten my steps in because I've been so busy doing stuff. Which is good, I guess. It's not, I don't feel bummed out for missing it. I guess a little bit because I'm missing out what I should be doing, but I've been so busy with work and having fun and doing cool stuff. That's not the end of the world. And today got high. I got up to 83, 84. So today was miserable. I had to put hey Phil. I had to put AC in today. That was like my big job, and edit the video. Those are the two things I had to get done today. I feel like I wanted to go this way just to see if there's any difference. Oh, sweet. Oh, Tia, did you buy it for me or did you just buy it in general? Because I put up, Jason, we got the 10 signed ones I put up on the, my little website I made. But yeah, it was fun. I have to say, it's really been, I don't know how to say it. I want to say I've been really appreciating Jason's friendship the last month or so. I mean, I've known Jason a few years. He's always been a great supporter of my channel and what I do. I think when I first started memberships on the channel last year, he joined up. Oh, sweet. Thank you, Tina. Man, I hate just sending out one book, but yeah, Jason's gonna think that's super cool. I was hoping to add a few little extra things in there to make it a little bit more of a fun order. But sweet, thank you. I appreciate that, Tina. I appreciate your friendship too, Tina. But yeah, Jason he's been supportive of my channel for a year or two or three. And then I think since I started the walk channel, I feel like I've become just really good friends with Jason, and just having the weekend or going to the Comic-Con with him was such a great, wonderful day. It's awesome. I know Jason is sleeping right now, but I know when he watches this later, Jason, I appreciate you. Just had to say that. It was super cool. I was like 2 weeks ago. I mean, Jason's come into the shop a few times too to help me sort comics and stuff. Super cool. But he said he got his zip car membership so that he could get the zip car. And I was like, so it just made my, hey Iron Addict, it made my brain start kind of spinning a little bit. And I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should look for conventions. And then I saw that the Garden State Comic Fest was this weekend, which I've seen videos before and it always looked pretty big and fun. So I was like, Jason, you want to try to do that? He's like, yeah, we'll do it. I was going to pay for the car. He's like, no, let's split the cost. It was super cool. I think Jason said we got Street Candy Pirates. Oh, yeah. There, that was a big fucking one. That was like a dog. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's under that car. It's like a dog. The thing's huge. That thing like it. Do you see it? I don't know if we can catch it. Hey, John. Oh, man. Oh, I don't see it. I think you're right. That thing scared the shit out of me. I want to walk this way just to see if anything's changed since we haven't done a walk in like 3 days. So I feel like every time I don't do a walk for 3 days, things change. I'm like, what the heck? I don't remember that. But yeah, what was I saying? It's funny. I'm wearing long pants tonight and they're like falling off my ass. I think I've become skinnier since walking. I haven't worn long pants since I started like maybe a month and a half ago. Yeah, that thing would take a cat out in a second. Cat would get its ass whooped. Hey, Ralph. But yeah, no, so I looked up, I saw Garden State Comic Fest. I was like, Jason, you want to go? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. So I wrote them. I got press passes in a week. And I went. It was awesome. I had so much fun. It was super, super cool. Spent a little bit, way too much money. Like I went with $600 thinking that's all I was going to spend. And then let's go this way. Then I saw Oh, this is funny. Right here, we were watching the newest episode of Just Like That, the Sex and the City sequel, whatever. And I believe this building was in one episode. I'm pretty sure it's this building. Or maybe it's another building, but it's a similar building. But yeah, I thought it was super fun. We were able to get press passes so quick. And, just get into the event. All of it was super cool. I would like to do more just Comic-Cons within driving distance. I think Jason said he had a fun time. I know he had a fun time. He said he needed to sort, read, and see how he felt to see how often he would actually want to go do big crazy convention stuff. Because it was expensive. The car I think cost us $200 something plus tolls and a couple other fees. But we split it, so it wasn't too bad. For a fun day, it was awesome. Oh, cool, Ralph. Yeah, I had so much fun. It was a really good event, a very large selection. I went with $600. I thought that was all I was going to spend. But then I saw Mike Carbonaro, I think his name is. He's the guy who runs the Big Apple Comic-Con. I bought from him many times in the past. And he just had a lot of really good stuff out. And he gave me decent prices. It wasn't only some prices I probably overpaid a little bit. Other things I got for a little bit of a discount. And then some stuff I got for a huge discount. So overall, I was really happy because a lot of this stuff is just really old Golden Age stuff that I just don't see. Actual Golden Age 1940s books. Not the 50s and 60s stuff. Yeah, we had a ton of fun. Afterwards, we got to go visit my hometown where I grew up. I got my watermelon sherbet, which I haven't had in about 10 years. It was absolutely amazing. I bought 2 half-gallon cartons of it. Brought that home to the family. Cool Kid said it was the best watermelon sherbet he's ever had. I don't know if it was his favorite ice cream, but he definitely thought it was amazing. Today was hot. It was too hot. It was 43 degrees. I mean, not 40, 83 degrees, which is too hot. Once again, it's the 80. I'm too hot. And my air conditioner in the office was kind of moldy and gross. So I didn't want to use it again. And so I had a new air conditioner just come in a couple days ago. I just hadn't had the energy or time to put it in. But today I was I had to edit for 6 hours. And I thought I'm not going to sit and just die in the heat. So I put the air conditioner in. So I'm happy about that. Actually, there are 2 accomplishments. I edited the comic video and I got the air conditioner in. But yeah, the edit took me about 6 hours. And it might have been a little bit less 6 hours. It might have just been a distraction with other things. But I think overall it took me about 6 hours and then 2 hours to upload. I really wish I had faster internet so I could get the videos up faster. I'm doing the big loop tonight. I guess I'm just walking around the park. But it was really nice to do an edited video again. It's been a while since I've really done one. And at the con, I was feeling kind of very unsure of myself if I was just going to do a live stream. I got in there and my connection was pretty good, so I live streamed, but then I got disconnected and it just wouldn't connect again. So I knew that I probably couldn't do a big full live stream because I originally had planned to do a big long 2 to 4 hour live stream, then come back and edit it later. Hey, Alex. Yeah, I like the night walks too because they're just kind of peaceful and tranquil. I've been a daytime schedule person for the last week and a half, but the last few days I've been kind of struggling, getting really tired during the day. So I think I'm about to switch again to a nighttime schedule for a week or 2. So I'm going to try to be productive at night. So I'll probably be back with the late night walks again. I was getting to the point where I was just doing too much in a day. I couldn't even walk because I just had too much to do, or I was too tired. So I ended up not walking or doing a walk video the last 3 or 4 days. So I felt oh no, I kind of was sad about that. Where are we on? We're on Berry, I think. Nassau and Lorimer. Okay, I think I want to go to the left. I think we're going to go on Manhattan. Yeah, Vampire Hours. Here's the thing though, when I'm on Vampire Hours, I feel like I can do a lot of stuff overnight. I feel productive. I pulled out a couple boxes from the office. What I would like to do is pull out a lot more of the pops from the office and try to reset up the office, the film comic videos in, and actually set up a cool comic book backdrop. I think that would make me actually very happy. Right now, I feel like after the basement flood a couple weeks ago, I feel like not so comfortable filming down there. I never really feel comfortable filming down there because the air quality is not the best. So it's one of those things where I kind of was just doing it because that's all I had. It was this heavy metal kids book, The Sledge Hog. That sounds kind of cool, actually. I'm going to get the QR code right there. Oh, it was a Greenpoint people that made. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, exactly, Tina. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to try to get more stuff. I was at a point where my cards are kind of getting up there. So I was like, all right, this week I probably put about 10 grand worth of stuff into the shop from comic book duplicates and pops. And I don't know if I missed any garage sales this weekend. So I feel like I need to push getting more stuff out of the office and try to make room for comics. I need a comic space to film in again. Just so I can do more regular content, whether it's a live stream or just do actual videos. Because I feel like I'm just a little bit sporadic and not able to do as much as I would like. Yeah, I think it's street candy night. We can go look for street candy pirates later. We already saw one big dog-sized one. One big feral away from the crowd one. It's funny. Every time I walk, I feel like I find some kind of chair in the garbage. I feel like chairs in the neighborhood is like a common garbage occurrence. It's kind of funny, actually. I was looking at, what's it called? Ventusky.com. It's a really cool web. Oh, yeah. Like every time I walk, there's a freaking chair. Like, I don't understand how often chairs are being thrown out. I want to see comic books thrown out as many times as these chairs are thrown out. But yeah, I was looking at Ventusky.com. It's a really cool weather forecast map kind of thing. It's one of my favorite places to check the weather. Oh, it looks like in 5 or 6 days, there more chairs. Holy crap, it's chair night. If you need chairs, come to Greenpoint, Manhattan Ave. There's like 38 chairs. Freaking so many chairs tonight. Man, I am losing my pants. It's so funny how my pants just don't fit very well right now. They're way too loose. I must have lost a few inches on my waist from my walking. This is crazy. I haven't worn these in like 2 or 3 months. Quick cross. Okay. I think I want to go back into the Williamsburg area, so we're going to go down this way. I forget which street we walked up. Although, no, I thought I don't know, I'm just going in a big circle right now, I think. What is it saying? Yeah, it looks like in 5 or 6 days, the smoke might blow through New York again. I'm going to keep a strong eye on that. It might be one day of really bad smoke again. Hey, Marlana. Really not looking forward to that if we do hit a big smoke pile again. Because that was hideous last month. It's late. I don't know if it's too late for everyone. I guess it's too late for everyone. We're not getting the big crowds tonight walking around, but that's okay. I want to get my steps in. I guess I'm getting my Monday steps in now, though, since it's later. Looking. It's funny. I don't really see paper goods anymore. I don't see, like, back maybe 10 years ago, you would see a lot more books and magazines and media things thrown in the garbage. I don't really see much anymore. I feel like it's been a lot less since I started walking. I was expecting to see a lot more cool stuff. I mean, we found records twice. We found graphic novels a few times, but not in the trash, more like in the free book thing. Records we found in the trash. All right, I gotta retie these pants. You guys can look at the building across the street. I'm retying my pants because this is getting ridiculous. But yeah, I missed you guys. What have you guys been up to for 3 days? I feel like I spend like 2 hours with you guys every day. And then there's 2 or 3 days where I haven't hung out with you at all. I mean, if you guys missed me, I'm going to say I missed you as much as you missed me, if not more. Why the heck else would I be walking at midnight? Yeah, Phil, it is a good problem. I'm still having some health issues, though. I'm trying to think of possibly changing up my diet a bit more than I have already. But I feel the stamina. I feel like I can just walk and I don't really get tired walking anymore. Working and cooking stuff. Awesome. Okay, here we go. Yeah, well, I mean, if you start walking 10,000 steps a day, I bet your pants will start getting a little bit too loose. It's a commitment, though, because it is like 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours I'm walking every day. So that's a lot of walking. And I know at first, it's really hard. It was really hard for me to start walking the first week. I was tired. I was all atrophied. My wife called me, said my legs were atrophied. They were like skinny bones. But my gut was fat. And, you know, that first day walking, I had to go do comic shopping that day. That was the day I went to 4 comic shops. Just to motivate myself to get out of the house. And the first week, my feet hurt because I had the wrong shoes. It was exhausting. I just didn't know if I could do it. I was getting kind of depressed by how hard it was. And that was before I had you guys to walk around with me to distract me from the discomfort. And then I started getting, you know, a little bit easier. I got really good shoes that feel really good. I got really good socks that feel real good. And I've been moving my body for 2 months now. I think it's actually been, I started April 1st. April to May to June. So we're almost at 3 months. Wow, that's crazy. So honestly, even if you got, you know, added an extra 20 or 30 minute walk in your life, like no matter how hard it is or how little time you have, if you find that extra 20 minutes to walk each day, I think you'll have looser pant problems. And you'll probably feel a little bit healthier. But yeah, that first, like when you're not used to walking a lot, that first few days, first few weeks of walking is really hard. The hardest part is starting, getting that first step. Oh wow, the moon looks so cool. It's the smoke is making it all orange again. It's a crescent moon. If I can zoom in, look how cool the moon is just peeking out there. Isn't that cool looking? This is fun. This is why I like getting out and taking a walk. You start seeing fun things like the moon. How do I get back to the camera? There we go. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, 3 months. I can't believe I've been walking for 3 months. I still get that like, oh, when am I going to hit 1,000 subscribers? When am I going to monetize and make this channel like a really thing? You know, a thing that does things. But you know, 3 months went by pretty quick. I'm probably only a month or two away from hitting that goal. I was kind of hoping by the end of June so I could be monetized so I could start taking more trips. But oh, it smells like weirdly smoky right now. Yeah, I'm not looking. I think within the next 4 or 5 days, New York's gonna get another big, massive smoke storm. Really not looking for that. It's crazy. That's something that I gotta worry about. I was like, 2 years ago, I was like, oh man, I feel so bad for California getting these smoke storms. Not thinking, oh, New York's gonna get them too. Is it gonna just become a nightly or a monthly thing every summer? We have several days of smoke storms. I don't know. Okay, I think we went this way already, but I wanted to turn right instead of left. Which advertisement? I missed it. Wasn't paying attention. Oh yeah, we just walked by here a little bit ago. Yeah, thousands off. It's still the first half of June. I only gained like 6 to 10 for 2 weeks, so that's what was kind of bumming me out. But then it started moving again. I think the algorithm was just like making a course correction, make sure that's really people signing up, because I think I had 200 or 300 people sign up one day from one of my videos that I said to come over here. But we'll get there. It's just a matter of time, not a matter of if, because it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Right now I'm on North 14th, I think. Are you from the neighborhood, little freak? Right now I'm not sure. I'm gonna go over. I went down the street just when I started the walk. But then I turned left to go to Greenpoint. This time I'm going to go across Williamsburg, I think. I'm going to turn right, I think. A lot of street candy out tonight. That was crazy. I had a whole list of topics to talk about. Now my brain is like, blah. What am I doing? You know, it's funny. When I go into a convention, if it's the first convention, the first time I was there, I do get kind of overwhelmed. In that first 10 minutes, I'm like, where the heck do I go? This place is huge. I just start walking around. I don't know what to do. I don't want to buy anything right off the bat because I don't want to run out cash. Okay, so this is Nassau Ave and Banker Street. Nassau, I think, turns into Berry. And I'll, all right, cool, very cool. I will go over to Bedford. We can see more of the main street a little bit. But yeah, no, when I get to convention, it's one of those things where I just feel, at first it's kind of overwhelming and I felt intimidated. And I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do a video. Then I started live streaming just to get going. And that kind of made me feel a little bit more comfortable. But then the live stream crashed. I was like, oh, what am I going to do? And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do a regular video. And I wasn't sure if it was going to turn out well or not. But after we were done, when I was editing, I was like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. That's the thing. Hey, Lee, anytime you feel like something won't be successful, best thing to do is just try it anyway. Like, if you want to do it, just do it. If it fails, it's all right, because then at least you won't be thinking about it. But if you don't do it at all, it's definitely going to fail. So a spur of the moment, asked for press passes a week before the event. They said they normally don't give them out that close, but for me, they made an exception. I guess my previous Comic-Con videos have been pretty popular. So I got the press passes. Jason was willing to drive because I don't drive. And because of his help, we were able to do it. And I got in, and I think the video turned out pretty awesome, actually. I know I've had a few people ask me to go to TurtleCon. I need someone to take me there. And I want press passes. I don't want to pay. Someone gets me in for free and gets me a good ride so I can transport or buy stuff. I'll try to go. That's what, 2 weeks from now? I'm pretty sure at least 3 people asked me to do EternalCon or asked me to go visit, which I want to go to more cons. I just have very limited budgets for that kind of stuff. I end up spending way too much money on comics. Honestly, if anyone runs a con, they want someone like me at their con. They want like 100 of me, because 100 of me is a lot of spending going on at the conventions. The air is a little bit hot. Like it's down to 72, I think, right now. But everything feels like the heat is still here. It's kind of harder to walk tonight. I don't know, there's a big rowdy crowd. I'm going to cross the street. I gotta start learning to cross the street when there's big rowdy crowds. I don't need any late night shenanigans. I can, but that just sounds like a whole lot of transportation that I don't want to take. Like the New Jersey convention, it was a 5-hour bus ride for me. Or not 5 hours, maybe like 3 hours to 5 hours. I don't want to do that. I don't really like taking mass transit. I like if I can get a ride with someone, then it's perfect. But taking, let's see, I can get to Atlantic Ave, Long Island Railroad. Then I take a train, transfer to a train, transfer to the metro train, and possibly take a bus. Not sure. Not an easy process for me. That extra 2 or 3 hours of travel could be the time it takes me to edit a video. That's why I don't go. I also don't go to some of the I don't go to the Queens events. That one was today. I don't go to the Bronx events very often, or ever. It's just a little bit too much transportation. Yeah, exactly. And I like to buy too. I bought 3 boxes of comics. I'm trying to only buy 1 box this weekend. So that's the thing. I don't want to be limited. If I go to an event and I'm by myself, just there to work, the film, like, that's not fun to me. I don't want it to be a job. I want the filming and the job part to be like an extra bonus. Like, oh, I'm there to hunt for comics and I get to make a cool video. Because then it's more like it's fun and not really work. If it becomes work, I want, it's like, okay, you want me there? I want $500 a day plus expenses. Because I don't want it to be a job. What I want is for it to be fun. But yeah, I'm going to give Eternal Con 10% chance of happening. Honestly, if the video I posted tonight gets like 20,000, 30,000 views in the first week, that's the kind of thing that's like, okay, if my videos are getting that many views, then I can travel around and pay for a lot more transportation and stuff for bigger events. Because I can, if a video makes me $200 or $300, then I can pay $200 for a car rental and that kind of stuff. But then some people are like, oh, but you spend so much on comics. Why don't you spend that on, transportation or other thing? But in my mind, every single comic I'm buying is usually undervalued. So getting undervalued means that I'm buying stuff that's worth more than I spent. But if the money I spent on transportation is just lost value, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, I have to figure out the transportation thing first. If I can figure out transportation, then it makes it more likely. Like if Street Side's going there, I know Street Side is offered to drive me to a bunch of events. So maybe I'll ask him if Anthony is going, then I can maybe go with him. I had a ton of fun though at the Garden State event. I really, really would like to get to more events away from the city if I can. I feel like I got stuff cheaper, a little bit different than the people I've seen all the same time 100 times. And it was fun getting out of the city and just exploring a little bit. But where the Garden State Fest was held was right near where I lived for like 6 years, and right between my hometown and the town I lived for. And I'm gonna go over to Bedford, I think. It always amazes me. Tonight we only had 20. We're not getting up to 30, but it's also 12:30, 12:45. It's like the middle of the night. I think it's so cool that we're just walking around, hanging out late night in the neighborhood. The only thing when my kind of sleep schedule goes back at nighttime, it's harder for me to do daytime stuff. But it probably means a lot more walking, which I miss. I want to be able to walk every day if I can. Good for my health, good for my brain, fun for all. Right now I'm just going to walk down Bedford, check out the little book nook. I mean, this neighborhood is such a fun, hot, hip and hopping neighborhood that there's always people out for the clubs and bars and stuff late at night, especially on the weekend.
Don't make me get something.
Hey Mo, it's going good. See lots of people getting food at the food trucks. It always amazes me that the camera quality is still pretty good when it's dark out. Like, I never thought I'd be able to walk around and live stream at midnight. I figured it was too dark, too bad of a connection, it would get too pixelated. But picture quality ends up being pretty good on the iPhone at night. Yeah, sometimes they'll be out open to 2 or 3 in the morning if people are still lining up. If I was making tons of money, I would probably be out there doing it. Bits of trash everywhere. No, it's very, very normal in this neighborhood to have people out pretty late. People are out and about having a fun time.
Wait, no. Yo.
I smell a lot of magical salad in the air. Or it smells kind of like bad BO. Yeah, no, I can't. My nightlife is walking around chasing rats now. We got Joe's Pizza.
She has what?
I don't think it's like a dog thing. I don't think I missed anything this weekend. Probably, I mean, it doesn't matter. I went to awesome, Comic-Con this weekend. It's alright if I missed a few garage sales. Not the end of the world. I haven't really been seeing any the last, what was it, like 3 weeks? We haven't found any signs. Although I did miss going out on one Friday night.
I could taste it.
I think Amacor changed their window. I actually want to go look at it. Okay, let's go. We haven't been here. What do we have? We had 100 most disgusting things on the planet. Some Spanish book, not sure what that is. And a Image M. So, some kind of weird puzzle book. Okay, interesting assortment, but nothing for me today. Oh, no, not sweaty drunks. You know, more like bad BO. But the kind that you suck in and blow out from a stick. The kind that you buy in all the, like, Best Buds over there. That's what it smells like. It smells like Best Buds after it's been inhaled and blown out. It's actually quite comfortable right now. All right, let's see what they changed. They changed their window to like a black and white spot. Wait, no, not that. I go right. That's fun. I like how they change their windows every like 2 or 3 weeks. And they always have really fun fashions and designs. I love those. Love those. Window is really cool. Now, it's crazy to me that the Flash movie and the new Pixar movie bombed. I don't know if that's kind of a bad sign, because if an interesting looking Pixar movie can't be successful making movies, I feel like we're going to have less Pixar movies. If the Flash, I could kind of understand it because of all the Ezra Miller stuff with, the things he did. But like, movies bombing really bad that are like sort of interesting that I want to see. I don't know if that's good for the movie industry or not. I never heard of that. Why is this is a little bit crooked, I think. I don't know if it's my phone or my stabilizer. Okay. I think that's better. Okay. Yeah, no, there's a lot of nightlife and a lot of pubs and bars and all that kind of stuff in Williamsburg. But it's also what you see at night when you're walking around. There's also, you know, Apple Store and Dwayne Reed. And we could go down North 6th in a little bit and we can look at all the fancy fashion stores that are opening up. You know what? Tina sent me a gift card for my birthday. That was like a credit card gift card. I should have bought that and bought comics at the comic show with it. Should have bought some comics that I could have said Tina got for me. I'm going to do that the next time. Tina, on next New Comic Book Day, you're going to be the sponsor of that video, and I'm going to buy something cool. I think there's a Comic-Con in Buffalo, New York, too. That was another con I was thinking of figuring out how to do that one. That would be a much bigger trip, but it'd be kind of fun to figure it out. Oh yeah, you know it's late though when the cakes are closed. The cakes are, I wonder if the cakes stay for a few days or these are just all mock-up fake cakes. They look so real though. I'm pretty sure they're real. Cake. Oh yeah, so going to the Comic-Con with Jason, on the way home, we went to my hometown because Jason's like, oh, we gotta go get that watermelon sherbet you talk about all the time. So I got a medium, and that thing was like a tub, and like I spilled it all over myself at one point, but it was amazing. I loved it. And then I bought 2 half gallons. I brought them home. So I already told you this. Family loved it. But today, I forgot. Allison had bought me gluten-free sugar cones. So I was like, oh, I can have it because I just had a cup there. So I had a freaking cone with watermelon sherbet on it. It was amazing. Like, I'm going to be eating it for every meal, though, for like a week straight, though. It was a lot of sherbet. So good, though. It's as good as I remembered. Like, sometimes there's these things that you eat, and then you don't have that exact flavor again, ever again, or over a long time. And like once I had it, it was just as good as I remembered. It wasn't like a pathetic version, like not quite as good, or like slightly different. No, it was the thing I was expecting, and I was happy. So freaking awesome. I want to do more fun stuff like that. Just little trips, visiting little things. What the fuck was that? I just heard a squealing. I just heard a squeal from this pile, I think. Oh, 2 squeals. I don't know where it is. I hear it squealing though. It might be stuck in a trap or something. Oh no, I see them under there. I saw one. Yikes, they have a big smorgasbord right here. We should probably go to that one street where they go nuts. You can really see what they're doing tonight. Oh, this is a window. Okay, this is funny. Now they have it they had like creepy last month. Now they have it very like white and summertime. Before it was like weird culty. They always do a fun window in this store too, and it looks like a really interesting fashion place. I don't know if it's vintage or new. I think it's new. But it looks kind of vintage. I don't know. Fun window though. I always find that window kind of fun. Yeah, street candy pirates are out in the forest tonight, squealing and yelling at each other. It's kind of freaky. Yeah, the other night, Allison went out with the cool kid to get dinner, get some pizza, I think. She came home and she's like, there's too many fucking rats in this neighborhood. I don't want to do that again. Yeah, like, This movie bombed. I don't know about that movie. Really want to see this movie, but I'm afraid that's going to bomb. Oh, it's already out. It's probably bombed. I haven't heard anything about it. I bet it's bombed already. Indiana Jones, I'm not sure about because I didn't even watch the last one. I didn't hear good things about it. Flash bombed. Past Lives looks interesting. I kind of want to watch it. Nothing new, though. I think it's all the same posters as last week. I'm just seeing if there's anything different in the walk. All right, let's go over here. I do see a little bit of a haze around the lights. I think the smoke is starting to come back a little bit. Mission Impossible. Okay, Barbie looks good. I wonder if Barbie's going to be successful or not. Are we on? Yeah, we're on the right. And Oppenheimer. Really want to see that. I love Christopher Nolan. All the footage I've seen so far looks freaking amazing. I think that movie's going to be spectacular. I think both of those movies are ones I'm looking forward to that are going to be pretty decent. That's a lot of wildlife. We saw in my hometown when we were driving by, we just saw a deer walking through someone's yard. It was kind of crazy because it was like not really that rural, but there was a freaking deer there eating on some plants. It's kind of fun to see nature hanging out in a neighborhood. But nice deer nature eating a plant, not a dog-sized rat jumping into a bag of garbage and taking laps and that kind of stuff. All right, let's see. I'm not sure where else I want to go tonight. Where do you guys want me to go tonight? I'm not sure if it's a stabilizer, but it seems a little bit wobbly tonight. I really hope that I've been using the stabilizers for 3 months. I really hope that they have a little bit longer of a life than 3 months. 3 months seems like way too little of a time. I got so many I got a ton of boxes to open. I gotta do like 5 more comic haul videos. Yeah, rats like it in the town. They don't, because there's free food everywhere. There's like giant piles of food in every freaking pile and every little place you can go to. I don't know why. Wait, okay, I'm on. Okay, that seems better. The stabilizer was acting really, really weird. But now I think I just said stabilized proper. I think. I hope. North 4th. Do I want to keep going down North 4th? Yeah, I guess I gotta keep going. Yeah, I think I have 5 videos. I have to decide if I want to do a live stream. I enjoy the live streams because they're easy. But I've been having a hard time getting to do a live stream at the proper time. You know, like not midnight, because midnight's a bad time to stream, and I can't really do it before 7 or 8 because the store's open, so there's too many people walking around above. I could maybe do it earlier in the day, but I'm not like, you know, at noon or whatever. I'm usually, my brain is not ready to be live streaming, so I'm not sure. But if I do actual pre-recorded videos, it takes me 5 or 6 hours of work compared to an hour or 2 of live streaming. So I gotta figure out what I want to do. But yeah, I got like 5 videos worth of stuff. I got the one haul from the con. That's 3 short boxes full. And then I have just a whole bunch of boxes to open. Maybe not 5 videos, but a lot of videos. At least more than 2 or 3. And then I want to start doing collection tour videos. That's the one thing I've been wanting to do since I started sorting and organizing. But I'm buying more than I can sort. It goes quicker than I can buy, way faster than I can sort. Sorting takes time. I really would like a nice place set up so that everything was ready to go with like little tables in front of it, so I could just sort into piles and then just go and sort when I need to. One day I'll have that space. That's a goal, a life goal. Street candy, no book. I thought it was books for a second. No books. don't know if I've eaten there. Gusto Latino Cafe Rest. I don't know if I've ever eaten there.
Follow the light, follow the light.
All right. Yeah, now if you use the quick sort system, it really does speed up the process. You do, it feels like in your mind that's going to take longer just because you're doing multiple sorts, but you actually handle each comic or each item you're sorting way less. The point is to make it so that it gets easier and easier to sort so that you can finally just do the final sort. I have a lot of boxes though that are through the first like 1 or 2 sorts that need the final sort. Here's the junk store that I will never go into again. We can at least browse their windows. Like, it annoys me that there's a junk store that I can't go to. It's kind of upsetting actually. Oh, do they have anything I want? See some dolls in there. They don't sell comics. I once asked her if she would sell comics. She's like, no, I don't like how people buy comics, how they look through it and only pick out certain ones. I don't want to sell comics. I'm like, okay. Felt very condescending when I asked. She could have just been like, I don't like comics, so I don't really deal with them or something like that. But the way she said it was like very like negative. Okay, I gotta stop. Allison told me I'm not allowed to talk about her. No bad mouthing the other neighborhood businesses. Not allowed. Wow, this does feel like it's bouncing left and right. Oh, are these? Looks like some fun Hawaiian style shirts or something, but I don't know. They look interesting. Yeah, the old bat. That's correct. I just don't like the way people treated me on the main channel so much. I don't have the space. I can't do big mega hauls because they're not selling. So I just can't really do the pop videos. If people were not as negative towards me or didn't tell me, oh, you can only do pop videos and that's it. I had to make multiple channels so I could do the things I wanted. And now that I'm doing that, I can just go do the things I want without the pop channel. Just because it's, I just don't feel rewarding there anymore. I don't know, I'm thinking about changing the pop channel to something else. I'm not 100% sure yet. It might become like a video game hunting channel, because that's really what the cool kid's into right now. He wants to hunt for video games and go to like video game conventions. He's like, Dad, you go to enough comic conventions, it's my turn. We gotta go to a video game convention. So I might switch it out, but to do that, I have to clear out my old Ziggy room. It's full of boxes. I gotta clear that out and open up the video game wall again. Not 100% sure. Honestly, when I see pops at conventions and now when I see the wall of them, they just make me kind of sad and depressed. I put 7-8 years in that channel, and now every month it loses 100 subscribers and people get mad that I don't do pops the proper way. Whether I try to do a live stream or a short or anything, but people get like upset at me that I'm not making 10,000 mega purchases. But it's like money doesn't come out of the air, it has to pay for itself. Yeah, no, and I love retro games, and the fact that he loves retro games would mean that I could make the channel more about us hanging out and having a fun time together, and that would be cool to me. Because honestly, when I first started the channel, that's what it was about. It was about like a 3-year-old little boy who absolutely loved YouTube and spent a lot of time watching YouTube and had so much fun talking about YouTube. He was like obsessed with it. And like, he still is he still loves YouTube. He loves content and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Well, I mean, I have the Ziggy room tour. That room's not much different. I haven't added anything to it. It's just still on the walls. The main difference is, I have, what was on display though is like 5% of what I have. Because I have so many boxes of paper goods and that kind of thing. Yeah, no, it's crazy to me. I don't understand. Like, I will do a live stream and people get mad that's not like a cool edited video. It's not as good quality or whatever. So then I do an edited video, but then no one watches it. So then I do a video streaming on Whatnot, and then people get mad at me for doing like a long stream, but not like an edited video. And then I'll just do a video where I did one video where I was pulling out my collection, but I said I'm probably cutting back selling online. And a guy wrote a big long paragraph, you know, yelling at me. He's like, it's, you know, it really sucks. I've been following your channel for 8 years and you're no longer going to sell to people. I'm like, I've been selling for 6 months on Whatnot. Where you been? I've been trying to make it easier for people to buy stuff, but got to a point where stuff wasn't selling anymore on Whatnot. So I had to stop because it's not worth my time. And so the whole thing is frustrating. And I don't like, even the other day I did the one live stream. I was going to try to start live streaming daily in the shop, and the connection disconnected. And in that 2 minutes, I had like 5 people like, oh, you should be paying for better connection. I'm like, I'm already paying for the most expensive connection I can get. I have no control over when the connection sucks. I know it makes people upset, but it doesn't help to complain about it because there's nothing I can do. No, it's just because people really enjoyed my old school big mega haul well edited videos I used to put in 10 hours into, 20 hours into. I'd put 10 to 20 hours into a video. It would make me $100. It didn't really make me a lot of money, but at least it was something. But now the videos make me like $8 or $10. I can't put 20 hours of my time in to make $8, honestly. It's not like I enjoy editing the videos, but I don't enjoy editing it for free every day. I still gotta eat, and I still want to buy stuff for my collection. So I have the comic channel, honestly. I love the comic channel. That channel is all just fun for me. So that's where I've been getting all my fun. Pop videos, not so much, because just of all the negativity. I feel maybe it's just because the pop market is weakening, so people are like, they're dividing, and more people hate them now, or people that used to love them hate them, but then the people still like them, have people hating on them. So it becomes like a very adversarial, like negative space. I don't know. It's not cool. I don't like it. Yeah, well, you know, some people just don't want to make videos. Videos are not easy to make, or good videos aren't easy to make. You can make some pretty bad videos. All you have to do is record and upload whatever you recorded, no matter how bad it is. But to actually edit it and make it look nice and try to cut out the ums and ahs and the parts where you messed up or you stumbled, then, you know, that takes time. You have to have a passion for that, especially on YouTube, because for most people, you do not make very much money doing YouTube. If I'm lucky, like I think last month I made $500 on YouTube total on all the channels, and my phone bill is $250. So half of what I made just went straight to the phone, and then the other $250 was easily eaten up by, you know, my electric bills. You know, by the time you add up all the costs or just running the channels, what I made was pretty much covered, but it's not like my time or anything was covered. So I have to put my time and interest and efforts on YouTube into things that I'm really enjoying right now. So I'm doing it for the love of doing it. And that's why I'm enjoying this walking channel, because I get to hang out and have fun with you guys. I'm getting the exercise I need to be healthier. I feel like I have better stamina. So I went all the way to New Jersey for a Comic-Con this weekend. I feel like that's something that I'd be overwhelmed or felt like I didn't have the energy to do. And that's what I want. I want to be able to do more. Exactly. Yeah, you can be mad at me, but that's fine. I just won't make videos on that channel anymore. That's the thing. People are like, well, don't make this. I'm like, okay, then there's nothing. I was trying to explain that to people. Like, normally in the winter, I don't make videos on the main channel because I can't afford to do that. And usually in the winters, I try to work just to cover my bills. But this past winter, I was doing the Whatnot sales and the live streams on the Whatnot sales. And that made a lot of people leave and get mad because I would do these long live streams. And then the algorithm sees people leaving, so it stops promoting the new videos. So when I do a regular video, there's no one there to see it. So I don't know. It's very frustrating, and it is kind of sad because I have, you know, put 8 years of my life into it. That's a long time to be working on one thing. And I would like to somehow find a way They get Pop Fun to play to be fun again. Honestly, it would be cool if I had like 7 different channels that do exactly 1 video a week on each channel. Like 7 different things I like so that I could vary what I'm interested in doing, switch it up a little bit, and then that way I could just move around. I'm not doing the same thing over and over again so I don't get bored. Well, you know, if you can feel some exercise just by watching my videos, I guess that's a good thing. I know it's good to get out there, just a little extra walk. If everyone just walked a little bit extra each day if they could, or if you can't walk, if you can do some kind of exercise a little bit each day, I think it really improves your life, mentally and physically. You know, and I know some people they're not in a position to do much. They might be in a wheelchair, or they might be an ability where they can't walk. But still, if you can do a little bit of something, any little bit helps, I think. People are a little high and crazy to me. Let me go find a secluded park or something.
Bro, see you in a minute.
I think there must have been a pride event or something over here, because I see a lot of people dressed up very colorfully, which is kind of fun. I think so. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if they're trying to harass me or they just want to be on video. One or the other, not 100% sure. Yeah, I don't know. I kept walking. I was putting my blinders on, trying to get past the crowd. Like, some people, they're excited when you're filming and they want to be on the video, but then sometimes people are kind of negative about it. Wow, there's a lot of people. There must have been something over here in the park or a club over here. Just the amount of people that are walking this way now, it looks like something just ended. And I see cops on the street too. Oh, the Empire State Building is, it's rainbow color. That's cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'm live right now. Yeah, I hate when people are awful, but I like when people are nice and excited.
Because they're coming like this, right?
Yeah, a video game hunt would be fantastic. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people in the park here. There must have been an event over here, because I see the cops directing traffic. A lot of people in the park right here. I wonder what happened. There must have been some kind of event over here. Just the amount of people. Wow, this stabilizer is really bouncing all over the place. I'm not sure if these stabilizers are made for the amount of effort, but I think these are the ones that Action Kid uses. So I don't know if these are good enough, or if I have to get like a nicer stabilizer. At least these stabilizers are only $70, but still, if I have to replace it every 3 months, that's another like $20 a month I gotta spend on the channel. It's crazy, just all the different gear and stuff you gotta buy all the time.
I just thought I got lost.
I wonder if there was something down over there. Yeah, there's a lot of people here. There must have been a really big event over here, just by the sheer crowd of people. Oh yeah, there's a big, like over there, you can't see it, but there's a big light or something. Okay, let's go this way. Not as many people over here.
Yeah, there's hella people here.
Yeah, Lee, no, the way YouTube works is if someone sees a video and they don't watch it or they don't like it or whatever, or they don't go into it, don't interact with it, then they don't get shown further videos. So if you're a pop guy, when I would do a comic video, it would kill the pop videos. I'd have to do 2 or 3 pop videos in a row to kind of build up the audience again. Or if I did like a comic video and then like a Pokemon card video, channel would completely die. So it's like you would have to rebuild up each time, and it's really exhausting. Whereas if you just keep doing the same exact thing, the channel just keeps growing. Like the comic channel keeps growing. The comic channel has not lost any momentum. It grows slower, but still grows if I post nothing. And then when I post videos, it grows well. Hey, DBL. Yeah, I know there's a ton of people out. I have a feeling there was a Pride event that just closed or just ended, because I see a lot of people in fun, colorful outfits walking around. So there must have been some kind of event somewhere by the water, I think. I don't know. I think I'm gonna just walk along Kent. If it disconnects more, though, I'll go back up. But so far, it's okay. We're a little bit disconnected in the previous block. But yeah, what was I saying? With YouTube, it's you kind of have to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Otherwise, you lose success. And then people, like when I was saying my main channel is not working, a lot of people leave messages. Just got water on me. I don't know what that was. A lot of people will leave messages like, well, it's because you started doing whatnot, or it's because you started live streaming, or it's because you did this, or it's because you did that. And it's only because I didn't keep doing the same content because I wasn't able to. Oh, Lisa, it's so cool that you're in Australia. Man, sometimes I wish I could figure out how to live stream with people so I could just see where people are. Because right now, Australia, you guys are entering into winter, correct? Winter just started for you guys. So it's cold out. You're on the other side, so you probably have sun right now. So it's a cold, sunny day with you, where I'm in a hot, dark night.
It's like a little less than that. It was like 3 points on the side.
Yeah, I would love to go comic hunting in Australia one day, though. It's on my list. I want the comic channel to get to a point where every video gets at least like 20 to 30,000 views, with a few getting 100 to 200,000. If that happened every video, I'd travel the world hunting comics. All right, Mo, thanks for hanging out. Sleep well. I've been at it for an hour. I guess I'm gonna try to do another hour of walking. It's late though. It's really late. Was it 1? Well, when did I start? 11:15? 12? Or did I start at 12:15? Jeez, I forget what time I started. Anyone know what time it is for me? I wish you'd tell me on the phone. I'm guessing it's 1 a.m. A little bit after. Hey, Will. Will, how are you doing? I haven't talked to you in a while. Any luck finding any amazing comic books for me? Yeah, I'm up late. I've been at a daytime schedule for the last 2 weeks, but the last few days I've been kind of tired during the day. So I feel like I might be about to switch back into more of a nighttime schedule. Yeah, 119. Yes. Thought so. I feel like the stabilizer's slowly wobbling like that. So in Australia, is it like middle of the day for you? 1 o'clock in the afternoon, noon? Yeah, I've been at it for an hour and 4 minutes. Deviant liquidations, I am so antisocial that I never really fit into any other collaborator group. I'm really bad at that. Like, you look at all the comic channels, barely any of them interact with me. I don't get nominated, whatever. Whenever there's like a thing where people are like, top this, top that, no one tags me. And I don't, only one person is actually, no, 2 people have asked me to be on their channel, which I need to do. Alan, the comic collector geek, he's asked me to interview him. I mean, I consider him a friend, so I want to do it with him. I like his channel. And then 3:20 in the afternoon, that is awesome. You're more than 12 hours ahead of me. What's like in the future? And then David or Trinessa, I believe her name is. I'm trying to remember. I'm really bad at remembering names, but I believe one of them asked me to stream on Open by Chance, which is another really cool toy channel. They have this really cool like vintage retro toy museum in their basement. I love it. I think it's such a cool channel. So that's another channel I'd probably live stream. But I need a space. I don't have like a nice space to set up a chair and just talk with people. I don't have my studio right now, and that's why I've been kind of avoiding doing it. I really need to get a studio again. I like just having a space that I could set up whenever I wanted to. Kind of wish I had a separate studio space. But in New York City, I need like $3,000 just to get a small studio space each month. It's ridiculous how expensive it is here. So I gotta make, right now my studio is the great streets of Williamsburg, Brooklyn, where I walk around and talk to you guys. That's why I kind of wish it was easier for me to just show pictures and stuff while I'm walking, because then I could like walk. Maybe I need to figure out a way to strap a thing to my shoulder so when I'm walking you can see forward, but then I have like an iPad or something set up where I can easily switch between different scenes so that I can show you guys like pictures or like a video clip if I had something. Yeah, Williamsburg is my studio. That's why I'm using it. That's the thing, I've always used what I was able to use. I always say it's better to just go do it with what you got than to not do it at all because you don't have perfection. I want perfection, but I'm still trying my best to get out there and keep, doing stuff. Yeah, exactly, Mark. You got it. Our minds were connecting. Same thoughts. But it's fun. That's why I like getting out. And that's also kind of why I like going to the Comic Cons, because when I film at the conventions, I think it makes the best videos for my comic channel. I think those are my favorite videos I make. And I could just do it there. I just record my day. I needed a better battery because my phone died halfway through and I had to sit and charge. I need to make a way that I can film for about 8 hours straight. Then I could do a lot more content. Well, were you selling at the flea market this week? Or actually last week. Did you sell at the flea market last week? Because I think my friend Crystal went there in the morning and she said she saw someone selling comics. So I was like, oh, that's probably Will. I'm not sure how large you would say. I want to say about 15 to 20 blocks high and 10 blocks wide maybe, which, well, if I walk down and up, it's probably about 2 miles by 2 miles maybe. That's funny, Phil. The only thing is I buy comics with money I made by buying comics, if that makes sense. So a lot of times you don't see all my business. Like this week, I worked really hard to restock the store. So I pulled out probably about $10,000 worth of comics and Funko Pops for my collection. So I did a big restock. I was going to do a video on it, but it wasn't in my heart. I didn't want to do a main channel video. So I just did the little short showing some of the stuff. I might just start doing shorts on the main channel too. Yeah, no, comics are heavy. And well, if you are hand carrying them or using a Uber or something, that is kind of a pain in the ass. And not the most lucrative. A lot of people think, like when people sell me comics, they're thinking, oh, come on, comics are easy money. You can sell them, they're worth this. I'm like, comics are heavy. They're a lot of work. And a lot of them are going to be $1 a piece. So if you don't have a store, they're really not that easy to sell. It's like every time you bring a box of 300 comics, a dollar box to a sale, if you sell 50 of them, that's a good day. And then you still have to bring home a long box of 250 comics. It was the flea in 14th Street. 14th Street and 1st Avenue. Will tell me. I'm not exactly sure. It's around there. Yeah, no, Brooklyn is large. Brooklyn all by itself would be the second largest city in the country, I think, after New York City. And Williamsburg is just one neighborhood in Brooklyn. There's, dozens and dozens of neighborhoods. I don't know how many total, but there's a ton. And it's jam-packed. It's probably the most dense part of the country with more people per square mile than anywhere else in the country. That's why there's so much street candy, because there's a lot of people generating trash. Yeah, first time for it? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where Crystal went. She said she was kind of disappointed because there wasn't a lot of, old stuff, junk. There's a lot of newer stuff. I want to see junk. When I go to a flea market, I want to see flea market. I don't want to see an artist market. I don't want to see a craft fair. I feel like a lot of modern day sales are just the craft markets with a couple of people selling vintage things. I kind of miss the old school, where people would be almost having a garage sale at the flea market. I don't think I've seen that in a while. I probably have to go out to New Jersey or somewhere farther than the city to see that. All right, I don't know. The stabilizer just feels so wobbly tonight. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, no. Try to fix it a little bit. Oop. Okay, hold on 1 second. There we go. Okay, yeah, no, she didn't check out your table at all then. What were you selling? New toys or new... I don't even know what you would be selling. Sneakers and stuff from the storage units? I don't know about the stabilizer. It's so wobbly tonight. Maybe I have to center the phone more. Maybe that's why I'm just going crazy. Brooklyn is considered part of New York City. New York City is made up of 7 boroughs. Well, tell me how many boroughs is in New York. You got Brooklyn, the Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island. So the 5 boroughs. 5 boroughs make up New York, and each borough is huge. Each borough can be the size of a city by itself. Yeah, no, the Brooklyn flea market is not, and Dan's Parent House doesn't sell there anymore. So there's like nothing there for me, really. Yeah, it's the 5 boroughs. Man, my brain has been off lately. I keep losing information. I'm like, where did it go? Where's that information? Like today, my short-term memory seems to be really odd lately. Today, I went into my fridge to get a Red Bull before I took the walk because I wanted to have one. And I went in the fridge and the box was empty. I'm like, oh, I'm out of Red Bull. I'm going to have to go buy one. Then I looked on my counter and there was a cold one sitting there that I had already pulled out. I'm like, when did I pull that out? I didn't even realize I had already pulled it out. Oh, good morning, Kathy. Kathy, what time is it for you? Yeah, Dan's cool. I like Dan a lot. I've been to his shop 2 times now. When my friend Brian visits, he lives in California, but when he visits, he's a friend of Dan's as well. So when he's in the neighborhood, we usually go drive to his shop and check it out. Maybe once a year, maybe, I think. But yeah, without him being in the Brooklyn flea market, I feel like there's a lot less to check out. No, that sign is wiped out. Okay. It's early for you, Kathy, but it's a good early morning. It's not like super early. It's like a normal, I have to work at 8 o'clock kind of early, which is cool. That's fun. It's 3 p.m. in Australia right now, or 3:30. We got a little bit of everyone from around the world right now. Yes, exactly. New York City is made up of the 5 boroughs, and each borough is made up of different neighborhoods. So like Brooklyn, on the top edge before it becomes Queens, is Greenpoint, then it's Williamsburg, and then below Williamsburg is, I believe, Clinton Hill, and then you got East Williamsburg, and then you got Glendale, I think, and then down further down south you have Clinton Hill, you have Fort Greene, you have Red Hook, and there's Bensonhurst and like 1,000 other little neighborhoods all over the place. Brooklyn is a huge area, but it's made up of all these little neighborhoods. But we all say, I think we all have. I think when you write the address to anyone in Brooklyn, you write Brooklyn, New York. You don't write Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York. You just write Brooklyn, New York, no matter where you are in Brooklyn. So it's all considered part of the same area, I guess. And then just the zip code determines where it is. Yeah, there's just a whole ton of neighborhoods in Brooklyn. Right now, I think it's 1:30, something like that. And then Manhattan is made up of a whole bunch of areas too. You have the Village, the East Village. You have Hell's Kitchen. You have Chelsea. You have Harlem. You have Midtown. You have Little Italy area. You have the Korean Lane, which is right by the Empire State Building. You have Chinatown. You have all kinds of areas in Manhattan as well. So Manhattan's made up of all kinds of neighborhoods. And each neighborhood kind of has its own distinct flavor to it, which is kind of cool. That's what I love about New York. It's like a melting pot. It's just like you can walk 2 blocks and it's like a completely different area. It's super fun for me. Yeah, Puerto Rico, I think is it the same time zone as New York, or is it one time zone ahead? I always forget. Because I know it's east, so you have Florida, Cuba's here, and then Puerto Rico is like right here, correct? So I don't know if that's still in the Eastern Standard Time, or if it's like one time zone over. All right, that's super cool. I love that. I love when people, like, you feel far away from me, yet we're in still the same time zone. I think that's like really, really cool. Yeah, but no, Manhattan is super fun. Mark, I have to do another Manhattan walk. I did a Manhattan walk 2 weeks ago, I think, where I went and I walked over the Williamsburg Bridge and I went to the Ghostbusters house. And then from the Ghostbusters house, I headed down to the South Street Seaport. So it was pretty fun. I need to do an uptown walk pretty soon. I don't know how well my connection will be in all the stores, though. Like, I kind of want to go and hunt comics, but I don't want to hunt comics if it doesn't work. Oh, okay. So Juan, you guys don't do the daylight savings time because you guys probably get more sunlight in the winter. So there's less of a need for it. That's very interesting, though. Right now, the temperature's pretty nice. It's like 72, maybe. Hey, Retro. Yeah, I'm up late. Juan, have you ever been to the Puerto Rico Comic Con? I'm just curious. That's like one Comic Con I would like. My question is, in Puerto Rico, do you have most? Oh, I just saw a street candy pirate. In Puerto Rico, do you have mostly English title comics? Just the regular, since you're part of the U.S., the regular U.S. printed stuff, or do you get a lot of stuff imported from like, Mexico and other parts of South America? Do you have a lot of Spanish language comics? That's what I'm really curious about, actually. Yeah, I kind of want to go to the Puerto Rico Comic Con because I think that would be the easiest one for me to go to that's off the mainland, but still like within the country, so I wouldn't have to feel like I'm in another country, kind of. So everything. So you just have all the regular same comics that we get. So if I went to the Puerto Rican Comic Con, I'd probably be seeing all the same stuff. How's the Golden Age selection? Do you feel like there's a lot of Golden Age comics in Puerto Rico, or is it a like a lot of newer stuff, Bronze Age stuff? I'm just really curious. Yeah, no, one. That's what, if I went to Puerto Rico, I'd probably be looking for non-American comics if possible. Just because the American stuff, I'm in New York City, I get all that, right? New York City is kind of the capital of comics. This weekend is actually really good. I think between Friday and Saturday, Sunday, I think I almost sold enough to cover what I spent at the Comic-Con. And I spent a lot at the Comic-Con. So that's good. I got to just keep pulling more stuff out of my collection into the shop to kind of keep things selling, because I really do enjoy buying some amazing rare comics. And I would like to continue to do that. And I would like to continue to be able to do, Comic-Con videos. I would love to do at least 2 Comic-Con videos a month. Eventually, I would like to travel to places a little bit. This weekend I went to New Jersey. It was probably about 30 to 40 miles out of the city. So, that's the start of my journeys. I would like to go further than that if I can. But one, is it like in New York City, I can find Golden Age in a lot of shops, but it's usually like 1 or 2. I'm just curious if Golden Age sells really well, that sells out as fast as it does in New York City, or if it's the kind of thing where there's not a lot of people collecting it, so you can actually find like little stashes of 100 books here or 50 books there. That's what I would love to do. Just go to, or even I want to travel all over the country and see if I can find any honey holes of Golden Age books, because that would be just amazing to me to find 300 books at once for a decent price. It's dark on the street. I'll add it to my going to Puerto Rico, though. It's on my list of places to visit. I want to visit Argentina one time, because Argentina has a ton of Ziggy stuff, and I kind of want to just go for a week and try to hunt stuff down. I want to go to I was looking at airfare to Canada. I kind of want to go to I think it's Edmonton area or wherever Comic Traders is, because it looked like there was 10 comic shops. Comic Traders just said on a stream a couple days ago that actually 2 of them have closed down. That actually makes me kind of sad. But I think the comic market's kind of struggling right now. All collectible markets are struggling, actually. Okay, Lisa, take care. Thanks for hanging out. It's been really fun. Yeah, Retro, I have the new website. I spent all day listing the sodas. I only sold 2 sodas. So I got demotivated to list. So I might just use the site to focus on selling my own merchandise. If I do art cards, if I do, Jason signed 10 of his comics for me. So I put those up on the website. I need to get a better picture, though. The picture I had wasn't working very well. And then maybe I'll start doing little merchandise runs. Maybe some lapel pins, maybe a t-shirt. My friend James has a whole bunch of art left over from 5 Points. So I was thinking of maybe putting a bunch of that on the site for him. I'm not 100% sure, but I have a feeling that that site I'm going to use more for my robots and art and different things I have made up. And eventually I would love to start making toys, do toys. They're expensive, but I would love to do a toy again. I was thinking, in my mind, when I got PopFuzz made, it cost me $15,000, which is a lot of money. Oh, let me... Yeah, Juan, so you're exactly like New York then, that there's not a lot of Golden Age around, and when people find them, they get gobbled up real quick. Well, Rich, the sodas are the one thing when I was doing Whatnot, sodas were my top seller. It's the one thing that I could sell a lot of. So, and sodas don't sell very well at all in my shop. So that's one more reason why I put those up. The thing with Pops too, I didn't want, Pops have a little bit of wear on them. And so I was not comfortable just putting them on the website without a lot of photos. And the way it's set up is it's really hard to do more than one photo. Oh, this truck is loud. Cool thing is I did sell one mystery box of 9 Pops for $60, and that made me very happy because that lets me just kind of clear them out a little bit faster. I'm selling them at sort of a wholesale price, but at least I can pick out the stuff that are duplicates. And I try to make it an interesting selection and not just like 9 junk Pops. Like I took things like the zombie Thor, Tongue Laster from Masters of the Universe, Steve Irwin I put in there where he's up to $18 on PPG now, so there's some value. I think he ended up getting $100 worth of PPG value for $60. So I like that because that means I can just sell and clear out the stuff that's been in the shop for a while. So I might have to do videos to push that. The main channel, I'm not having fun. Oh, we have the Batmobile. Hi, Batmobile. Our nightly stroll in the Tina house. Hi, Tina's house. See the beautiful blue house. Love that house. Oops. Oh, I can't. All right, stabilizer's not working. I was trying to angle up to look at it. Oh, let's go back. There we go. Stabilize. Oh yeah, this neighborhood feels relatively safe. There's a lot of things still open right now. So like, even if I didn't feel safe, I feel like I could run really quickly within a block. There'll be an open deli, open bar, open restaurant. And there's a lot of people in the neighborhood too. When there's people, you're less likely to have someone that wants to harm you or steal from you because there's just too many eyeballs around. And most of the people out right now are enjoying Pride events. So, I don't think there's a whole bunch of gay people heading my way to mug me. Don't think so. So yeah, the neighborhood, like, even though it's 1 a.m, it feels relatively safe for me. Or 1:30. No, 1:45. Oh my God, it's almost 2 o'clock. I'm so happy I got out walking today. I missed it. We haven't done it for 3 days. And I haven't been getting my 10,000 steps. So not only was I not getting my steps in, but I also felt like I wasn't hanging out with you guys. I was really missing it. I pretty much every cent I make goes into my collection or into the store after I pay bills. I pay my taxes, I buy my groceries, I pay electric, rent, the phone bills, insurance, and whatever other bills I pay. I get that all paid. If I have extra, I spend every cent I can on more stuff, either to sell it or to hold on to it. And I don't just usually go out and buy stuff at full value. Unless it's like a really important thing I want, like a good key issue. Most of the time I'm trying to buy collections or things that are worth a lot more than I paid. So whether I keep it now and sell it in the future or sell it now, I feel like it's a good use to put my money into things, because that's what I do. I sell things and things tend to go up in value with time. Hey, Darren. So a lot of times I'll pull out stuff that I've had for years. Like I pulled out the Pops I'm selling. I'm pulling out stuff I bought last year that I just like, I don't need to have it. And before I was keeping anything of value, but I decided I'm going to sell more stuff of value if I just not interested in it, or I don't necessarily need to have it. Or even if it has value now, I don't think it'll be like more expensive in the future. So for instance, I put out Fred Sanford from Sanford & Son. I don't think that he's going to go up in value more than he is now, but he is $100 pop. So I was like, you know what? If I can sell for $100, that's $100 I could put into something new. And I paid probably $5 for him. So the more things I can turn $5 bills into $100 bills in a year is way better returns than, anything else I could. Like I put 10 grand into the stock market at the end of 2022, I think. No, 2021. Because I've had it for like a year and a half. I put 15,000 in. And I sold I lost $5,000 in the stock market. Okay, I'm back.
But yeah, what I was saying was I sold a bunch of my stocks to catch up on all my credit cards and stuff, and just to pay for a lot of stuff I've been buying. And I officially lost $5,000 on the stock market. I'm okay with that, because that loss, it took a year and a half to hit that loss, and everything lost, and I'm converting it into something else that will make me money. So, and it's the $5,000 loss will go on to my taxes, so it's great. I can make an extra $5,000 profit that'll be covered by that losses. But yeah, like I feel like it'd be way better for me to buy a case of Garbage Pail Kids, 24 boxes, than it would be to buy a stock right now. Because at least then, or like boxes of Pokemon. If I buy a box of Pokemon for $100, I'm gonna sell the packs for $5 each. I make $80 each box. And that just, I go through a box every weekend. I went through a box and a half this week. No, I haven't been to Toronto. The only time I've been to Canada was right across the border in Niagara, and I went to Niagara Falls. I gambled a little, and I went to the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. But yeah, I would love to go to Toronto comic hunting one of these days. That's actually on my list. I want to go to several places in Canada, check it out, and hunt for comics. Because I love hunting. Honestly, I'm in such heaven whenever I'm hunting for comics. And I'm getting to a point where I have a lot of the US stuff. So I kind of like the idea of hunting, like going to Canada, hunting for Canadian variants. Or going to like Mexico and looking for Mexican comics. Or going to like the UK and looking for UK comics. I know, I really need a bigger place. That's my biggest problem. He's getting big and he needs his own bedroom. I just hate how expensive the city is. I missed one question. Let's see. Do you put... Okay, I got that. Oh, Retro, you always ask the best questions. You always get me talking. Oh. Trying to catch up. Did I miss someone's question? I feel like I missed the question I was going to answer, but I can't find it, and I'm trying to scroll up, and I'm causing the stabilizer to crap out. Okay. Oh, one. Or 10,000... Okay, so I started walking. What happened to me is in my left eye, like if my central vision is like right here, there was two blind spots that formed. It just happened during a week where I was like extra stressed, and all of a sudden these blind spots, they kind of look like when you look at like a bright light or the sun, and it's like it's purple for a few minutes. It's like that permanently right now. So I realized that's probably a sign of diabetes, which kind of scared me. I didn't go to a doctor or anything. I don't like doctors. But I figured if it was diabetes, which most likely it was, because I'm a sugar addict, I eat too much fucking sugar. It was the only way to really stop it is like I could take insulin and medicine and still keep being unhealthy, or I just start exercising, getting more steps in. So I was like, you know what? For my own health, I'm just gonna keep walking. Start walking. So it's for health. I'm walking for health. And I'm trying to cut back on sugar. I still have way too much sugar, but I cut back a lot of the sugar. Like I try to make healthier choices if I can. Yeah, I know I should go to the doctor, but doctors always try to put me on medicine, and it always makes me feel worse. You know, with my asthma, they had me on Advair and Lexapro, so I felt like a zombie that didn't wheeze. But I think that was giving me glaucoma problems when I went to the eye doctor. So like I gave up on those medicines, and I found a really good Chinese herbal formula you can get on Amazon called Breathe Ease, which has kept my asthma under control. And so I use that, and then if I feel really bad, I just use some caffeine. I think it's way better than the steroids. Yeah, no, I should. I did go to the doctor last year. I had a health scare right after I got the first vaccine, and it cleared up. Like, No. Okay. There we go. I think we're okay now. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, no, I'm the feeling I get going to the doctor is the biggest panic attack. So it's really difficult for me to go to the doctor. Like, more difficult than anything. The waiting room, I can't wait. The appointments, the having to wait 2 weeks to see your doctor. Everything about doctors is just like excruciating painful for me. And it's the way my brain is structured. And it sucks. It means I don't get the health care that I probably need to get. But doctors are not set up to help people on the spectrum very well. They're set up just to work as much money through the system as they can. And usually when I go to a doctor, it's usually rushed and like, I don't know. I don't feel like I've been helped that much every time I go to the doctor. No, it's okay. I mean, I understand that, like, that's normal for most people to just go to a doctor. It's a normal thing. For me, it's an excruciating, painful, anxious thing that's like super difficult for me. Like, the last time I went to the doctor, I had to have the cool kid and Allison go with me to hold my hand while I was there, because I don't like the way doctors talk to me as well. I absolutely hate it. They like blame me for things beyond my control, and then they want to tell me to do things that I can't do, and then there's no, I don't know. I hate it. It's not fun. I had one really doctor I liked, Dr. Comiskey. I can't say. It was a Polish doctor. Very friendly. It was easy to get in. Not very long wait. It wasn't insurance based, so I just paid $85 a visit. And it was good. But he's not in business anymore, and my insurance doesn't cover, or didn't cover him. And then my insurance didn't cover any of the, like Advair wasn't covered. Like, when I finally got insurance, I was like, oh, let me get my Advair finally, because I couldn't afford it at $350 a month. I don't know what it is now. And my insurance was like, oh no, we can only give you the Rescue inhaler and steroids, which is horrible, because it means your asthma is not under control. It just means you're squirting steroids into your lungs every fucking 3 hours. And then your heart's palpitating and your eyes are getting glaucoma. Everything that's wrong with using steroids that much. Yeah, no, it's the system is not made up for people that get anxiety. They make you feel like a criminal by like figuring out how they, like in Canada, that part's probably a little bit better. But here, it's just like, you call up a doctor. You can't just go to a doctor. You have to see if they take your insurance. If they don't take your insurance, then you gotta find the other doctor. But the only doctors that they are in your system is a 5-mile trip. So I have to take public transport to get it. Whereas the doctors I like that I can walk to are not available. And like the whole thing is just so complicated and stressful. It's like, if I want pizza, I order pizza. If I want to go to a doctor, I have to get like a PhD in understanding how to pay for it and where to go and all that. And I just like, I don't have the energy to do that. Yes, I don't want to go blind, but I'm 99, 100% sure it's because of diabetes, because of the way the blind spots appeared. I looked at every other version of it. And just the pattern that they formed in was the exact image that they would use for someone who was getting blindness from diabetes. And I knew it was from one day when it was stress on top of that, because this one day I was really like upset about something and really stressful, and it was like because of that I did damage to my eye. It really sucks, but it was a wake-up call. Sometimes you need a wake-up call and realize that I just need to get out and move my body more and just be healthier. Oh man, Melody, that is crazy. Yeah, no, they're always condescending. Like they make you feel like if only you did some magical trick like 8 years ago, you would have avoided this. But then they don't tell you the things beforehand. Like, I feel like a lot of information is not known or transferred. A lot of health problems are due to diet and just bad habits. And just like, you got to learn the ways that are causing the problem. And then if you need help, you go to the doctor. But yeah, Melody, I'm sorry you had to deal with that much. That's so much. Yeah, maybe I have to go find out who your doctor, because I had I had a middle-aged Polish guy in Williamsburg, and I like going to him. He was really simple, easy. You know, you could talk to him. He didn't make you feel bad, and the wait usually wasn't that long, 5-10 minutes maybe. The last time I went to the doctor, I just went to because I don't have a current primary, so I don't know who to go to. So last time I needed a doctor, I went to City MD, which my insurance covers. And I felt like I was in a meat factory. Process the sick patient, get the payment. And then, like, to get the results, they wanted me to do this and do that. And even though they had like an online, I'm just like, I didn't even get my results of that problem because it cleared up on its own. So I was like, all right, I'm good. I don't have to go to another doctor's appointment just to let me know that I'm now okay. But yeah, no, I get stressed out over doctors. I don't like doctors. Oh man, Socrates, that's a lot. Man, sorry you guys have gone through all of that. Yeah, no, the walking by itself was okay, but I would just spend a lot of time just in my own mind worrying about all my problems while I was walking for an hour or two. I didn't like that. But starting the walking channel and be able to talk with you guys and kind of communicate my world, whether I'm happy or sad, if something's exciting or something is just upsetting me, like being able just to talk about it is kind of awesome. And just getting to hang out with all you guys and sharing stories and hearing your stories is awesome. And then the physical, getting the walks done, just having the stamina to do more is actually pretty awesome. Like this weekend, going to New Jersey, I would kind of be scared of doing that because I'd feel like, oh no, what if like I didn't feel good and I couldn't get home easily? But this weekend, the stamina was good. Yeah, walking and talking, I think it's an awesome thing. Walking and talking. Okay, that's why I kind of miss doing it the last few days. I've been so busy with the store, cleaning up stuff, getting things done. Oh, DB, that's awesome. Yeah, no, that's super awesome. Be able to clean up the area, make it better for the wildlife and checking out the wildlife and everything. I think that is awesome. Oh, man. Well, you're one tough dude going through all that, Socrates. Oh man, Melody, that really sucks. Hey, zombie monkey. Yeah, we got the BQE. Loud and noisy. They were doing some kind of weird construction or something over the weekend. They had so many trucks underneath it and next to it. So yeah, I think somewhere around the BQEs when it separates regular. Oh no, I think my my stabilizer's getting tired. Somewhere between, like right at the BQE separates Greenpoint and East Greenpoint, I believe. I think that's the separation. Or not Greenpoint, what am I saying? Williamsburg. Williamsburg and East Williamsburg. All right. I think the stabilizer is getting tired. Okay, are we good? No, crap. I thought I recharged the stabilizer all night. I mean, yeah, overnight I charged it. All right. I don't have the second stabilizer. I think the stabilizer's conking out. I think this time the phone didn't go out, the stabilizer's going out. All right, let's see. I'll try not to touch it. Yeah, he is. If you go to the left about 8 blocks, you actually get to the Williamsburg Savings Building. It's a lot shorter than in the Spider-Verse movie, but it's super fun to see a Williamsburg landmark in the movie. Super cool, actually. Socrates, that's awesome. I'm happy you're able to find a little bit of joy in life after dealing with so much, pain and suffering and all that. And I honestly, I appreciate you guys coming into my chat every night and hanging out. Oh, Mark, there's so many. There used to be a really cool Hasidic-owned junk store on, I think it was Driggs. I love that place. It was like a giant warehouse of junk. I would go in and there would be like 30 bins. I could dig through toys. There was like furniture galore. I wasn't really collecting comics back then, but I bet they would have boxes of comics to dig through. I love that shit. Nothing was priced. You just go in, you make a pile, and the guy would be like, $5 or $20. And it was like very little compared to what it was. I miss that shop. And then there was the junk store that was owned by Mother Junk, but was run by her son. So that was the good junk store. That was underneath where Buffalo Exchange is right now. I miss that store too. I bought so many comics there for 50 cents. Yeah, no, I the last few days I felt like I was missing you guys because I've been so busy working in the shop. And honestly, I've hung out with Jason a few of the days. So like when I hang out with Jason, I get all my socializing kind of done. So Jason gets the private pop walks. But I don't get as much exercise as I need when I'm just sorting comics. I am lifting up comic boxes and stuff though. And I'm at an hour and 50 minutes. So I've already walked 6 miles tonight, maybe 7 miles. Probably about 6 miles. Yeah, it's pretty dark over here. It's a little bit more of a side street, not as many street lights. Yeah, retro. Pops. Like this weekend, I filmed some pop booths, and I realized I just don't get any joy looking at pops. They're all the same. It makes me kind of sad to think of my channel dying. I do love cereal boxes, and the thing is, you can buy cereal, eat it, and have a cool box to keep, and that costs you like nothing more because you're already eating the cereal. I like cereal boxes. I think cereal boxes are a neat collectible. If I had the space, I would probably collect cereal boxes. I would love to. I always say this, and people are like, I probably have 200 or 300 cereal boxes in my collection, but not boxes that were purposely added to my collection, except for maybe 10. I think I have 10 cereal boxes purposely added to my collection. I have a 1999 Cheerios box, unopened. I kept it sealed. I bought it. It had the Iron Giant on it, and it was send away for an Iron Giant watch. No, we're too old. I just turned 47 on Friday. We wanted more, but it just didn't work out. And now, cool kid's 11. I don't know if I want to go through another 10 years of raising a child. That's a lot of work. So I'll be happy with the one perfect one. But yeah, it does make me a little sad that cool kid doesn't have a brother or sister. Let's see. Oh, you got early Burn Claremont X-Men? Oh man, that's amazing. Mark, how many years ago was that? 20 years ago? Let's see. DBL, you have a lot of sports boxes? That's cool. Cast and crew stuff for movies is actually really cool. Oh, thank you, Socrates. Yeah, Ghostbuster cereal box, original one. You can go on eBay and probably get that relatively affordably, I think, maybe 20 to 40 bucks. But yeah, the ones I bought 5 different Chicken Run cereal boxes that were UK ones that a local Polish supermarket happened to be selling. I was like, oh, those are dope. So I have 5 unopened Chicken Run boxes from the late 90s. I have open boxes. I have every cool cereal box I've ever had. So that's why I probably have a few hundred, because I don't eat cereal that often. But I have things like Powerpuff Girl cereal I bought like 20 years ago. I have a whole bunch of DCU boxes that came out when the cool kid was little. The cool kid got into the cereal boxes for a while, so we used to put them on the back of our couch. He had a display of about 20 of them. But then eventually he got sick of them, so I folded them up and just put them away for him. So that when he's old, like if my mom had kept all my cereal boxes, that would have been freaking amazing. Probably worth a fortune too. All the cereal I ate as a kid, I probably would have had 50 grand worth of boxes if I just kept every cereal box as a kid. Oh, it breaks my heart. But those kind of thoughts also turn you a little bit into a hoarder. Coolest thing I got was Tina sent me a birthday card with a cool gift card in it. So I'm gonna go get some awesome comic books on next comic book day dedicated to Tina. My mom sent me a shirt, and I have a box I didn't open up yet. That's probably a bunch of awesome stuff. And then, yeah, I love just a beautiful cereal box. Like, they will have beautiful artwork. Like, I don't want plain. I want ones with different characters on it and different giveaways and stuff that's related to stuff. What did you stumble on, Mar? Yeah, Powerpuff Girls, probably 2000, 2001. I bought a box of Powerpuff Girl cereal. Cereal was whatever, like Cheerios and marshmallows or something. But the box I thought was super dope, so I kept the box, put it to the side. So yeah, I probably have 200 or 300 boxes. Like, I don't know, maybe I have less, maybe I have more. I don't know exact count, but I have pretty much every cool cereal box I bought in the last 20 years. I just don't eat cereal like I did when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I had cereal every morning. So I probably would go through like 3 boxes a week, at least. Hello. Yeah, it's a lot of people celebrating some pride events tonight in the neighborhood. And then, so I have no idea how many cereal boxes I have. Maybe it's only 50. Like 1 a year, no 5, no 20 years, so 2 a year. I feel like I would go through more than 2 a year. I don't eat cereal that often, especially because I can't have any gluten, so I just have to have like corn-based or rice-based cereals. So I don't eat as much, and the cool kid's not really a big cereal eater. As a kid, I absolutely loved cereal. Like, my favorite thing was my mom would come home from the supermarket, and I would rush to dig my dirty little hands into the cereal box. Back when they wouldn't seal the stuff separately on the side of the box, it'd be right in the middle of the cereal. Hand right in there, pull out the toy. Like, I didn't really realize how gross that was for my siblings to eat the cereal that I dug my hands into. But I always beat my sister because that's what I wanted. I wanted the toy. For me, I had to get that toy. Yeah, honestly, especially in New York, you have to learn to part with parts of your collection. I'm not that bad with it because I sell a boatload, but I also collect a Titanic load. So the problem is I just deal with so much stuff that it's hard to process all of it. But I do part with stuff every once in a while, like a big part of stuff. Yeah, Mr. T cereal. I had Greg from Mishka Toys. He used to live in the neighborhood, and this is where Mishka Toys was kind of like invented, or just Mishka. They do toys and fashion. But he had like one of the largest Mr. T collections in the world. And I knew him because I had, like, the giant Ziggy collection. And then our mutual friend, Nick, he had the giant E.T. collection. So between Greg and Nick were both on a MTV show called Totally Obsessed, I think. And so Greg had his Mr. T collection on that show. And it was really cool. He was collecting like all the handmade Mr. T's he could get, because back in the 80s, they had like a sewing kit you could buy to make your own Mr. T. And so there was an episode on him that was just Mr. T stuff, him and then one other guy he was competing with. So it's like the 2 top Mr. T collectors. And they they had a Mr. T challenge to see who's more of a Mr. T fan. And they both ate a bowl of cereal from a box of Mr. T cereal from the 80s. And we're talking about like 2005 maybe. So it's funny, they're both like on the verge of vomiting, eating their 20-year-old cereal. Well, food today is so bad, so it breaks down our immune systems, I think. It's all glyphosate and all kinds of other crap in food. Food is bad. Oops, I keep touching the screen and it breaks the stabilizer. And I'm just touching it so I can read everyone's comment, because I start talking and I don't read. All right, take care, Juan. It was nice talking with you. Okay, have fun and going to the shop. Oh, yeah, like, sometimes I want to just start buying cereal to dig out prices again, just the new stuff. I'm so limited on space that I have to be really selective of what I collect, and I collect way too much stuff, so it's like kind of crazy how much I do collect, and that's with me like really holding back. If I didn't hold back, I would have like billions of things. So what do you get? Grape nuts and Special K. No, cereal collectors have been a thing for a long time. Back in the 90s, cereal collecting was like a cool thing. I love seeing people's collections. I remember seeing shows on the late 90s about collectors, and they would show cereal collectors, and they'd have rooms full of like 1960s and 1970s cereal boxes. I thought they were freaking dope. So I always like cereal. That's why I've been sort of collecting cereal boxes since the late 90s. Not like, as I said, going on my way, going on eBay and buying specific ones, but more like, oh, that's a cool box, buy the cereal, eat it, and then keep the box. Just because you appreciate it. Yeah, I don't think there's as many cereal prizes. I remember in like 2004, 2005, they had mini Pez with all the ad icons on it. I thought those were dope. Those are some of my favorite ones. As a kid, I have a whole bunch of... Actually, this I did buy on eBay. I bought about 20 of them. Sugar Smacks and the Diggum Frog. So I think that was Sugar Smacks. And then the bear. What was the bear with the blue sweater? It was him. And then a couple of series had foreign coins with really cool little packages that would have like the Diggum Frog on it. And that would be like a coin from Brazil. I bought 20 of those. I thought those were the coolest things as a kid. I used to, like, every time my mom would get a box of that, I thought that was, like, coolest price. I think I ended up with, like, 10 or 20 of those as a kid. Yeah, Chex and Cheerios for me, gluten-free. That's what I have to be gluten-free, so. I had Cheerios last night, actually. I was in the mood for cereal, and the cool kid's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, Sugar Bear, that's it. Sugar Bear, I couldn't remember his name. I had, when I first started selling on eBay, I had like 10 or 15 of these little Tony the Tiger. They were like a cylinder shape that you put in a bottle of water, and when you squeezed it, it would like fall down. I had like 20 of those. I think I sold $10 a piece on eBay. Fruit Loops and Cocoa Krispies, both delicious. I think I can have Cocoa Krispies. Fruit Loops, I don't know if that's wheat-based. I might not be able to have that. Music is 7 out of 10 music. Yeah, no, in New York City, it's so hard to have display space because every space is small. I just say if you want to collect more than you can display, then you have to think of seasons where you put stuff away in boxes, but then you pull it out. Like you have your Halloween stuff or you have your Christmas stuff, and you kind of just do different displays a couple times a year. I think that's a way you could collect a bit more than you can display. Honestly, I don't like to have everything out on display all the time because I get kind of bored of looking at it. I love, one of my favorite things to do is when I open up a box I haven't looked in a while and find stuff I forgot I had or stuff I knew I had but I hadn't seen in a while. I love that joy I get seeing that stuff again. It's like I've seen it for the first time when I first bought it. I love that. IHOP cereal, was it like a maple branded? That sounds like chemical suicide, I think. Oh yeah, or you just collect beautiful jewelry and you can fit all of that in like a little box. I know Allison always tells me, oh, you like miniature stuff. You should just collect those small things. I do love miniature stuff. But I love really big stuff too, and everything in between. Oh, Frosted Flakes and bananas is awesome. You know, Pops, I've kind of, like, I still love certain Pops. I still get joy out of them. But in general, when I see a wall of Pops now at like a show or a store, it feels so boring. I feel like I've looked at everything for the 30th time, even if it's new Pops I haven't seen before. Pops are, I'm just at the point where I'm kind of done wanting to own them. And it was fun collecting when I had a channel that was successful on them because I paid for them. Like, I would love to have just as big of a channel on like 1980s toys. If I could do a 1980s toys channel where I bought $10,000 G.I. Joe collections every week, I would be in heaven. You know, cereal box collectors has been a thing since the 1970s, I think. Yeah. The thing with Disney pins is they're all common enough. I mean, there's some rare ones, but like I don't like to collect stuff just to collect stuff, if that makes sense. I like to collect stuff that A is rare, that'll be hard for me to get again. I like to collect stuff that is B, a chance to go up in value so that I feel like it's a good use of my funds. And C, it has to be something I really, really love. And I do love Disney. And I have some Disney pins. I have some like Incredibles pins. I have some Disney Toy Story alien pins. But I just don't see the urge to collect a whole ton of Disney pins. It doesn't feel like something I need to collect because I feel like when I want to buy them, I can get them. Maybe there's a few worth a few $100. But there's nothing that's like so stratospherically out of my range I could never own it. But yeah, you know, it's curating your collection and pulling out that stuff that you realize you didn't really like that much anymore, or maybe you just got it a complete set but realize you don't really need it. It's good to sell that stuff and try to sculpt into something better. I mean, the best thing to do is kind of sell the cheap stuff and turn it into one more amazing object. Because that one more amazing object you'll always enjoy way better than like the bulk of stuff. Yeah, you can't do full sets. It used to be you would want to get full sets, but now I feel like there'll be like one or two really cool Pops and then like one or two really ridiculous, stupid ones that you don't care about. And Morlana, even then, it's so easy to get your own lapel pins made that, to me, it just doesn't feel that special of a pin that I would want to spend $1,000 on something like that. I did that. I wanted to get the license to do Ziggy pins. So I contacted Ziggy. I was trying to get the license to get Ziggy pins. I contacted a manufacturer and I had a dozen prototypes made. It cost me $50 to get 5 of each, $50 per style to get 5 pins made. So it's $10 a pin. I have a dozen, I think it's a dozen. Maybe it was 5, maybe it was 9 of them. It was somewhere between like 9 and 12 of them. And I sent them all off to them. I never really heard back from them, so I didn't get the license. But I have all these cool Ziggy prototypes. It cost me $50 a pin. If I can make any pin that I want for $50 and it's 1 of 5, super limited, and it's like awesome to me, like I don't know if I want to spend $1,000 on a pin. I don't feel like any pin is that special that I would pay more for it. I've seen people collect, like I've seen videos of people who collect like beer cans, food cans. I think my friend Spencer was saying when he was in, I want to say like the UK, there was a museum of like food packaging. There's a museum with like thousands of vintage food packages. It was super cool. But that's not really collectible. I know some stuff you can collect just to collect it, but it's not the kind of thing that will gain value. Except for maybe a small, rare little bit. Or maybe just because of its scarcity, you'll gain a little bit of value. But yeah, I don't know. I think collecting food packages is just something you do if you have no other way to collect anything and you have like zero budget. Then you can go out recycling night and get food packages left and right. I could probably go out right now and start digging out cereal boxes to put to the side. But I don't want to be that guy. I could see myself being that guy. When I was like 13 years old, I was that guy. I'd go out looking for recycling so I could pull out. I was looking for the TV guide. No, actually, it wasn't the recycling. I would go out to the newsstands on Sunday nights when they were putting out the papers to return or whatever. And so I would go find the Sunday paper so I could get the Ziggy comics and I could get the TV guide. So I remember doing that back as a kid. But that's because I had no, I didn't have, and if I could find 2 TV guides, it would be great. I'd keep one, and then one I'd look for the whole week of everything I would watch. I would like circle the shows I would want to watch. I'd get really excited. I'm like, oh crap, on Sunday at 6 a.m. or 6 a.m. wherever there's this cartoon, I want to watch that. I remember doing that. HeroClix were cool. But their HeroClix never, I don't think it really gained much value. So it's just like those kind of things where it just like, it gets a little overwhelming. Like I don't like buying things that are just stuff. I like buying stuff that's a little bit more rare. So I never really got into HeroClix because it always felt kind of cluttery. But I like that there were just so many different characters. I mean, that was kind of cool. Good night, Melody. Yeah, it's late. I'm doing it very late. Wait. Okay. Good night, Socrates. Yeah, I like Weird Paul. Weird Paul has a really cool channel. Every once in a while, a Ziggy item will show up in his collections, which is cool. Here's the thing. I sold off practically every bit of pop culture I had when I found eBay. So in like 1997 into 98, I sold everything I had. At that point, I had probably like 1 to 200 Atari and ColecoVision games I collected for 50 cents a piece at garage sales and flea markets. I had, I sold a lot of my CDs. I sold all the records I had. I sold like 5 Primus records. I sold 2 or 3 Red Hot Chili Peppers records. I sold probably 100 cereal premiums from the 80s. I sold all my G.I. Joes. I sold all my Transformers. I sold off, some of that stuff I sold off earlier. I had sold off my comics and G.I. Joes and Transformers actually in garage sales earlier in like 93, 94. But yeah, by the time eBay came out, I was like, holy shit, I can get $10 each for these. I can sell all those Atari games for $5 to $20. Blew them out. Started going to garage sales. I went to the thrift store, started buying My Little Ponies because those are really easy to find for 50 cents. I'd buy My Little Ponies. I'd buy like a bag of 30 of them for like $10, $15 at the Goodwill. Then I would spend a couple hours. I would get shoe polish and soap. I'd clean them up, brush their hair really nice, let it dry. They looked really nice. And I'd get like $10 to $30 a piece. Made a lot of money on My Little Ponies that year. Yeah, no, looking at the Sunday paper, looking at all the ads, I like even up till the 2010s, 2015s, I would get excited. I would get the Sunday paper. I would get the Target ad out, the Toys R Us ad. I would read the Sunday comics. I love the paper. We were getting the newspaper still delivered daily up until about a year ago because I was trying to collect every single Ziggy news strip every day. And so from 2007 to 2021, 22. 2022, I think it was last year. I have almost I'm missing like 5 papers that just didn't deliver because of weather or like the day Michael Jackson died, like that newspaper. Or actually, no, I was still buying the paper daily at that point. Yeah, but the delivery, they would miss a couple days. But I have almost every single Ziggy comic from 2007 to 2022. But then they raised the price. It used to be $50 for 3 months of newspaper delivery. I'm like, I could do that, $16 a month, 50 cents a paper. I get my Ziggy cartoon. I enjoyed it. But then one day they gave me a bill for like $180. They had upgraded it to like $60 a month. I was like, no, I can't do that. That was too much. That was ridiculous. And the thing that's really annoying now, so I stopped it. And, I got some street candy. It looks like books. Or is it photo albums? Yeah, the golden age of eBay for sure. Yeah, some books. Let's see. And graphic novels. If I wanted to read some novels, that would be good. Nothing there I need. But what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, the paper. So it was like $180. So I was like, I can't do this. I canceled it. They still wanted their fees, and this is for a subscription in the future. So I was paying beforehand. So they put it into debt collection. I wrote back the debt collection. I'm like, I canceled this subscription. I don't owe this money. So they just cleared that out. And then, Best Buy in Circuit City too. I go see all the games I want, all the cool stuff. So I stopped the paper after doing it for like 14, 15 years. It bums me out a little bit, but it's also kind of stressful keeping track of it each day. And then they just started emailing me like 2 weeks ago. They're like, oh, we miss you. Come back. We'll give you a year's worth for $1.99. I'm like, fuck you. You were charging me $50 every 3 months. I was fine with that. Then you tried to charge me $180 for that same 3 months. No way. And then now you're offering me the same thing for $1.99. I could have kept going at $50. You don't have to triple your price. Like, I'm sure a lot of people canceled their subscriptions at that point because that was ridiculous. $1.99 for a freaking year. I mean, I was almost tempted to resubscribe to it, but honestly, it stressed Allison out because I would get upset if I missed a paper, and then like half the time I would send her out to try to get me a paper if I was too busy. It just became like an extra hassle, and I've come to terms that I won't have a complete Ziggy newspaper collection. I'll have to live without it. And that's that's like food wrappers, right? That's candy wrappers. That's something I was collecting that doesn't have value, and it's kind of stupid, but for me, Ziggy is a different collectible. Ziggy is like, I just love it so much that I collect everything I can get just to have it, just to have the greatest, most complete collection there is. And it makes me really happy. That collection I might never sell. That might be a collection that gets inherited and donated or thrown away. I don't know. But that's one collection that I love that I don't even think of it in monetary terms. I always I'll overpay for things if I don't have it and I can't get it anywhere else. Like, I just want to have it. But that's different. It's different than like other things I love, such as comics and stuff, because comics and stuff still has a value. I think about that value, and I also think maybe that's the thing I'll sell when I need to retire. Yeah, well, or they could have just kept charging me at $50. I wasn't just randomly canceling. I was canceling because they tripled the price overnight. It was like that month, everything. My cup of coffee across the street from the store, Allison would treat me like once every few weeks for a nice matcha latte for $5. And I was just like, you know, I to me that felt expensive, but it was a nice little treat. I send her in, matcha latte, now $7. That same exact month. I'm just like, that's when inflation was hitting. I was like, $7 for a fucking cup of coffee? Holy crap, what's wrong? $7 plus they want you the tip. Like, you're paying for the set. The other day, Allison bought a cup of coffee for the Comic-Con yesterday. I grabbed all the cash we had. So Allison didn't have any cash. So she had to use her card to buy her morning coffee. She thought she hit no tip, but she accidentally tipped them $3. She was really upset about that. She's like, I paid $8 for a fucking cup of coffee, or $9. And she's like, she thought I'd be mad at her because she felt like she just threw away $4 or whatever. I said, no, don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. But it does suck that every time you buy things that you never tipped before, people expect you to tip them. I'm like, what the heck? It's not like you're delivering and it's a pandemic. You're just working now. You just expect to get a $3 tip every time I buy a cup of coffee. I don't know about that. That just seems like crazy to me. Yeah, no, papers and magazines and all that. It's just weird. Like, you can get subscriptions dirt cheap, but then they want to charge you a lot. It's just like, do you want to keep me? Or it's just like, you feel like the more loyal the customer is, the more they want to charge you. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, no, and I was happy getting the paper for 14 years every day, like an old freaking man. I was buying it just because I loved getting the cartoon every day. It is getting ridiculous. I'm hoping that, like, I feel like the prices now is just, that's the prices now. Because that's what inflation does. It just gets to a price. I'm hoping it stays there and we all make a bit more. So it doesn't feel like we're paying more for the same thing. Like, at least I felt like a year and a half ago, everyone was at least making money. So prices are going up, but at least you were making more. So it kind of made sense. It's only really shitty when every prices go up and you're making less or the same. Yeah, no, I hate the tip option now on every freaking checkout for whatever. I go in the deli to buy a $5 Starbucks bottle. Oh, tip. I'm like, I'm already paying $5 for the coffee. It used to be $2 like 2 years ago. Like, and you want me to add $3 because you took my $10 and got $5. But it's like people aren't doing it on purpose. It's just the system. It's ridiculous. Yeah, and Allison, and the thing is, I did get upset at Allison like 2 years ago, because the first time she saw the tip thing, she was like startled by it, and she's like, "Oh God, I gotta tip this person," because she felt bad not tipping, because it's just like a beggar kind of, I guess. So she tipped the guy like $2 or $3, really nothing. But in my mind, I'm thinking, if you start tipping $2-3 every day, that's $100 a month, $1,200 a year. I don't have an extra $1,200 a year to tip people. I thought it was ridiculous. Oops. So I was mad at that place. I was like, we banned. Like, I told Allison, like, don't go there anymore. That place is ridiculous. I didn't realize that every place was looking for tips. It was ridiculous. Oh, my thing is, I think it's been 2 hours and 20 minutes. My stream is going to die any minute now. So before it dies, I want to let you all know that I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You're really important to me. I really love these walks. They're wonderful to me. I'm not going yet, but I just want to let you guys know I appreciate you before it crashes. But I'm going to keep going until the battery dies. The stabilizer is dying though. It's blinking at me. Yeah, exactly. If you do a service that make my life more comfortable or easier, like, I'm happy to tip. I'll give a good tip, actually. But just like, I don't know, I feel like going to a vending machine, putting $2 for your snack bar, and then it asks you for if you want tip additional for using the vending machine. I'm just like, what? That's what it feels like when they ask for tips at at a deli. Oh, we were in Street Candy Pirate Central. They're all over the place over here. I'm gonna walk by this real quick. Yeah, if someone's delivering me, a burrito, I'll pay $3 to $5 to tip them on top of whatever the fees are, because they're going out of their way to do a job for me. There's a broken bottle in the middle of the street or something. That's where I haven't done a late night walk in a few weeks. It's still kind of weird to walk at night, but I also kind of like how kind of quiet and relaxing it is. There is a broken bottle in the middle of the street there. Broken bottle. Cars. Oh, yeah, my stabilizer is dying. We're dying. We are dying. Okay. Oh, good morning, Collectizilla. The stream might die any moment now, but I'm happy you're joining the end of the stream. What I would like to see done in the service industry, or I would like to see everyone just get paid better and take out the tips. Just make it like Uber Eats, $10 every time, or $3 a mile every time, like a good amount, so that no matter what, the person gets paid well. There won't be those magical moments where you get a free $100 tip. Those are rare. It would be better if everyone got paid a good wage in the first place, and you don't have to worry about a tip. And I don't think tips make people work better, right? I think if people enjoy their jobs, they're going to do a good job. especially if they're paid well. If someone has to perform to do well to get paid, but like they're not stable, then it's gonna be a lot more anxiety and they're not gonna perform as well. I don't think. That's how I feel, at least. Like, oh my gosh, I have to work really hard today and be really good to everyone, because if I don't, I'm not gonna make any money today. So now I'm really stressful and I'm really anxious. Hello, customer, I'm really anxious. Let me try really hard not to sweat and be a really bad server today. I'm gonna try real hard. All right, thank you for your service. Oh shit, they only gave me $1? What the fuck? Damn it, how am I gonna pay for food tonight? Like if that's your thought process as you are serving people, I don't think that works that well, honestly. I don't think you get better service because someone might get a tip. That's like playing the lottery almost. Like, you want to work for me? It's like the lottery. You scratch off a card once an hour. Occasionally I'll pay you really well. Most of the time you'll lose. Yeah, I mean, occasionally I don't mind putting like 75 cents in a tip jar if I have a little extra change, or if someone really helped me out with something. Like, I wanted to be above and beyond as an appreciation, not like a requirement, not the, people don't get paid unless you tip them kind of thing. But yeah, people should be paid better in general. And the minimum wage, like $15 an hour, is not good anymore. That might have worked 6 years ago or 8 years ago, whenever Bernie Sanders first was running for president. What was that, 2016? So 7 years ago, $15 was fine. Now you need 20, 25 minimum wage. Just things keep going up. $15 is not enough to pay for anything, honestly. Yeah, no, it's not. People don't get paid well enough. Like, I don't know how people can afford. If you get paid minimum wage in the city is $15, so that's a better minimum wage than the national minimum wage, which is like $7. But $15 an hour is $600 a week. So if you're working 40 hours a week, you're making what, $30,000 before taxes? So like $25,000. So about $2,200 a month, maybe $2,000 after taxes, maybe something like that. $2,000 doesn't pay for any rent in the city. Maybe a closet with 2 roommates. Like, minimum wage doesn't even pay rent for a small studio apartment, let alone food, healthcare, and everything else you might have to pay for. Yeah, it's so wrong. Yeah, in other states, if you're only making $8 an hour, $8 an hour, if you work, let's say you're working 50 hours a week because you really can't afford anything at 40 hours. So $8 an hour, 50 hours, you're making $400 a week. You're working pretty much every day. So $400 a week, that's $20,000 a year before taxes. At $20,000 though, I think if you have kids, you'll at least get your earned income tax credit, so you won't pay taxes. If you're solo, single person at $20,000, I think you still pay maybe like $1,000 in taxes. But yeah, that's like $20,000. That's like $1,600 a month. Maybe you can have a cheap $400 a month rent somewhere. Maybe it's cheaper, but still not enough money to pay. But where your rent's cheaper, you probably need a car. Like New York City, you don't need a car. But where the rent's cheaper, your house might be farther away from work, so you need a car. So a car, I think the average car in the country is like $7,000 a year. And people say, well, that's cheaper. I'll buy a used car for $2,000. But the used car, you're going to pay more in repairs and servicing. So it still adds up after gas, repairs, servicing, and all that. And the price of the car itself, because the car you do have to replace every so amount of years. So even if you buy a new car and it lasts 10 years and you pay $40,000 for it, that's still $4,000 a year cost over 10 years. So yeah, minimum wage, yeah, you'll have cheaper rent, but you have to pay for the car. And because of that, you have no money left over for food and other things. You know, $15 is not, like, now you need 20, 25 minimum just to, like, for bare basics, not even like any kind of quality of life. Yeah, no, that's the problem in the whole country is the price of everything is going up ridiculously and people are not making more money. It's not going to work the way it's going. System's going to break if it keeps going the way it's going. Especially if more people start, like right now, jobs seem to be really strong. There's a lot of jobs out there, but who knows what automation and AI and stuff is going to bring. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I have no advice for the future other than try your best to find your passion, and then if you have to work to live, add to that. But try to do your passion first. Yeah, definitely scraping by. Yeah, it sucks. I'm lucky to be in a situation where my store is cheap to run, so I can just focus on long-term value more than desperation to pay my monthly costs. Like some months, there's probably about 4 months a year where I have to really desperately work to scrape by to get my bills paid. But most of the time, I'm just buying big heaps of stuff and then selling big heaps of stuff. So I always have a big heap to work from. So like right now, when my income's lower and I'm not selling as much as I used to, I'm doing most of my restocking just pulling from my collection. So I'm still, even though I'm making less revenue, I'm making more profit because I'm not spending as much. Hey, Eddie. Good morning. Was it 7 a.m., 8 a.m. for you? Wow, I'm doing a big long walk tonight to make up for not walking for 3 days. Yeah, find your joy first, and then try to pay for your struggle second, because then at least you have your joy, and your joy is precious. Right? If all you have is you're trying to pay your bills and live, you're just surviving, but you're not living, right? And it could be, you can find a joy that's inexpensive. You could, do art. Oh, here we go. We got a destroyed graphic novel in the trash. It's all over the ground. I would have picked that out if it was in a box. No, what is this? What book is this? Nick and Charlie, I would have bought that. I would have pulled that out of the trash. Man down. Man down. Yeah, no, in Greenpoint, right in our neighborhood, I think about a mile that way, they actually they're opening up or just opened up a coffee house that's 100% robot run. You go in, you order your coffee, and a robot serves you. Like, holy crap. What if the coffee's really good? And then do you tip robots? I would never tip a fucking robot. Like, I am a robot. How much will you pay me? And then when the AI takes over, remember 4 years ago you didn't tip me? Well, fuck you. You're now my slave pet. I don't know. That would be intense. The future. It's so crazy how fast technology is going. I feel like we're rushing into the future, and it's like passing us by, and the future is now the past, and the things I can think of that are futuristic are actually something that came out last year. It is crazy. Man, I did a walk today. Taken a walk today. My legs are tired, but this is good. This has been fun. I need, you know what I need to do in the next month or so? I've been saying this the last month or two. I need to do a full inventory of how many robots I have left. Because I know I sold a lot and whatnot. I was selling between like 1 and 10 a week for 4 or 5 months straight. So that's like 20. I might have sold 100, maybe 150 robots, which would have been a huge chunk of what I had. I gotta see what I have left and just do and just see how close. Because if I'm getting close to selling out, I really want to start doing another toy. I think in my life, I would be thrilled if my collection became a collection of stuff I created. Toys, books, collectibles. I think that would be such a freaking awesome thing. Yeah, I'm catching up. I'm doing 2 days worth of walk in 1 day. Yeah, but I can open up a robot controlled coffee shop, open up in the morning, dump in 8 hours worth of coffee, and then leave, and then I'm good to go. Like, so I don't need employees. It's the owning class will be able to do that work. Or they can hire someone to restock the coffee in 13 different locations. So one person has the job of 13 locations worth of jobs. Oh yeah, Magnus Robot Fighter would be definitely #1 target on coffee. You know what? I want to read the Magnus Robot Fighter. I think that is so relevant today. I feel like there'll be a dude fighting robots in 20 years like that. Oh man. But yeah, I want to see how many of my robots are left. And here's the thing too. I was saying before, I started saying that I got distracted. I spent probably about $15,000 to get my PopFuzz made. The prototype was like maybe $2,000, but I paid extra because I wanted the artist to make me a resin one for my own collection. And I got a couple extra prototypes made just to have them. Then it was like $5,000-ish for the actual mold so that they could cast them. And then I think it was $9,000 or $9 each to actually get them printed. So I could have got more printed to get them a little bit cheaper. But so I paid like $15,000 to do it. And that's a lot of money. And I always thought I want to do another toy. But the fact is, doing another toy would be so expensive. But then I thought, you know what? I only spent $2,000 doing the prototype. If I did another prototype, and it only cost me like $1,000 or $2,000, then I could do like a Kickstarter. And then maybe the Kickstarter would help me. So I might actually be able to do toys now without waiting. I've always thought I had to wait until I could afford it again. But I really just need to afford the prototype and then see if there's enough people interested in the prototype to actually make a whole batch of them. That's what I think, at least. I think that's how the Gasolcast got started. They started getting their robots made, or their ghastly creature made. I would like to do a lot more toys. Oh, maybe I should. I mean, I've collected, I think, almost a full set of Magnus Robot. The Dr. Solar, I think I only have 5 or 6 of the issues. Maybe I should buy the reprints just to read them. I want to read more comics, honestly. I need a studio space, or not a studio, I need a library space so I can have all my books set up so I could just go in and read a lot more. I feel like that's one thing. I would love to spend like 1 hour a day reading comics. Maybe I need to start doing a video once a week of just reviews of a couple comics I read. Oh wow, is that tree falling over or just leaning over? It looks kind of crooked. I don't know if it grew that way or if it's falling. I guess it grew that way. Looks kind of scary though. Scary looking tree. Yeah, no, everyone loves Pop. I designed PopFuzz to be the coolest toy for toy lovers. He was basically supposed to be a toy that loved taking pictures with other toys. So you're supposed to take the PopFuzz, wrap his arm around your He-Man figure or your Barbie doll, and take fun, I met a celebrity type pictures, because PopFuzz loves to meet all the different pop culture characters. So that's kind of how I made it. And this was before the smartphone. The smartphone just made it even more relevant. So I think he's just a really fun, his head is on a ball joint, his arms are fully flexible. I think he's a really fun robot to set up and do pictures with. Yeah, I think, and they've had way more success than me because I haven't been able to sell out my toy, but I feel like it's because they did more of the crowdsourcing first, which makes it a lot easier to get those kinds of things done. Yeah, maybe I'll do some Golden Age, some manga I enjoy. Just find different things and just have a weekly show or something. I need a studio. That's the thing. I want a space so I can just set these things up and just go and have fun and not stress out about it. Exactly. That's why I wanted the bendy arms, so that you can pose the PopFuzz and make it look like he's hanging out with whatever toy you want him to hang out with. And it's fun. I like it. I would love to do another toy similar and just have all kinds of interchangeable parts, because his head pops off. You can pop off PopFuzz's head very easily and then just pop it back on. So it'd be really cool to do different heads and all that kind of stuff. I got to talk. I was talking to Brian from Last Resort Toys. I kind of wanted to get, like, work with him to try to do a toy. So maybe I'll talk to him, see how much it would be just to get like a prototype made. Because I bet he would affordably make me a prototype. Because if I could get a prototype made of a toy for like a couple grand, maybe $1,000, I think then I could just do a Kickstarter, and like if worse comes to worse and I can't sell enough to make the toy, I have a cool prototype for my collection. And for a price that's less than, I've spent more on a single comic. Like I spent $4,400 on my Daredevil #1. And my dream would be to make more toys. Because making that PopFuzz in 2006, back when not a lot of people were doing stuff like that, that was just like a dream come true. Like I still can't believe I did that. It's not like now it's over. I haven't done it since then, right? I only did it once. And like, I can't believe that happened. And I don't know how I would do it again. But maybe I got to look at it as I'm just making prototypes. I'm not manufacturing. If I can do that, maybe I'll say, all right, you guys, that's what I am going to do. I think I'm going to try to get a prototype made sometime in the next like 6 months. Good, do it. I'm telling you guys here. I'm not sure what I want to make, but I know I've had ideas of toys I would love to make. I would love to do more Glow figures. Glow is one of my favorites. I would. All right, I'm still here. I'm not disconnected yet. Yeah, I'm like